Let's see.
Got any other poopy movies that you didn't like?
I'm trying to decide if I should list these two as disappointments or not.
I'm still waiting for you to say the one that I know that you're gonna say.
Okay. I'll just do it. I'll make everyone hate me right now. I'm gonna make everyone despise me.
Everyone to take cover.
I want to preface this first. I am not a negative person. I love things a lot.
Like Twilight.
I do. I don't know why, but I'll preface this by saying I don't dislike this movie, but based off its reception going into it and based off the previous movie, I was super excited for it. Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Bye everyone.
Yeah.
We know that you're clicking away from the podcast.
Yeah, like I know that's gonna be such an eye roll to people, and I'm not gonna sit here and like justify it or try to like explain it like I'm right, because I don't think I'm right. I don't think I have like some deep perspective of movies and people who enjoyed it just did it like just are Marvel fans or whatever. Like to me it's like I 100,000 million billion % like absolutely get the appeal of this movie. And I'm honestly I'm like jealous of people who connected with it how they did, because I want to like this movie as much as a lot of people did, because I see the value in it. I think it's incredibly creative, and I am really glad it got nominated for Best Picture. I think
it's gotten like all the nominations.
I think it's like
we should actually. I feel like we should talk about that at some point, because like it's kind of a good year for Oscar nominations, but like we don't gotta talk about that now. But
yeah, like the Daniels. Like I liked Swiss Army Man a lot, and I was just there's a lot about this movie that I like, and especially like all the actors and performances. You got Short Round, like you got Kihoe Kwan. Like he was amazing.
His real name.
He was incredible in it. I said Short Round at first because I didn't want to botch trying to pronounce his name, but I was like, don't call him Short Round. This is mean. It's just mean, Well, but but he was amazing in this, and I feel like it's sparking off a new career for him, and I'm super stoked for him. He was a delight in it. And there's just a lot I respect about the movie. I get the appeal. It's like a very, very specifically personal taste thing for me, where I found it to be like maximalism to a fault for me. It was almost too much for me. It was kind of overstimulating, a little overwhelming.
Stimulation overload.
I almost got a little annoyed with it at times. Like it didn't stop, and it just the pacing of it was just like it was too chaotic for me.
Yeah.
I feel like a boomer with it because I'm watching it and I'm like I like get why like a lot of younger people especially like the movie and stuff, but for me I don't know, I watched it, I thought it was like pretty good. I didn't like think it was bad, but I didn't jive with it really, and I don't know, it was just one of those things where I was like, oh, I get why this is like winning everyone's souls over, but for me I didn't really love watching it, unfortunately. It was I think it was maybe just an overstimulation for me. I had a friend who I remember when French Dispatch came out, and he said that he liked it, but he felt like it was overstimulating, and I was like, what? I was like, I don't know, I disagree. It didn't have too much going on, and now I get that. I get that perspective, but like with this movie,
that's how I feel,
because I'm like, oh man, like it got nominated for everything. Like it's everyone's
everywhere.
It's everyone's number one movie of the year,
dude. Yeah,
it's like I feel bad not liking it.
There's so many people that are like, this is like my favorite movie right now.
And some people are like, a lot of people are like are loving it to the extent of it being one of their favorite movies of all time. It's like the lighthouse of this year almost. It's like this movie that kind of came out of nowhere as a big surprise. Not
I feel like this is bigger than.
It's bigger, but in terms of like just
even though I love The Lighthouse a lot more.
Yeah, in terms of people who like loved it, it was like this is one of my favorite movies of all time now. Yeah. Like it was like to that extent. So yeah,
and I mean
that was a big disappointment for me because I thought I was really gonna love it, and I couldn't really kid myself where I just didn't personally take away a lot from it.
Yeah, and I'll just talk about it now because. This is actually one of my honorable mentions.
Really? Okay.
People will get mad.
I thought it was going to be in like your top 10. Like I thought it would be in like your top half.
No.
All right.
No,
surprises me.
No. Yeah. Here's the thing. Like I totally. Yeah. So
God, everyone's gonna hate us.
Yeah. People are gonna be mad at me for it not being in my top 10.
God, we're so annoying.
But I mean. Yeah.
We are the worst.
Why do people listen to us? We don't have the right opinions about movies.
No. At least, here's the thing. I see a lot of people who hate this movie, and they're like, yeah, like people who, it's just Marvel humor. People who like this are just like, it's a bunch of Zoomers. Humor. Like, I have huge disdain for people who want to like devalue people, because I get why people like have a really good personal attachment. I think it's super cool that people are inspired by this movie, and I'm really glad it exists, and I am stoked that it's like a Best Picture nom. A movie like this getting a Best Picture nom, I think, is incredible.
Right. Yeah.
Like it's kind of like it's almost like a Green Knight situation. I'm a little more mean to Green Knight, but it's one of those things where I am glad that people connect with it, even if I don't,
Yeah. And I did have a different experience watching it. I really liked it. I ended up giving it an 8 out of 10. Mm-hmm. So I really liked it. The thing is that I didn't connect with it on an emotional level as so many other people did. Mm-hmm. The high score that I give it is it's based off of the filmmaking, which is great.
Yeah.
I personally loved the whole, like, what you would refer to as overstimulation.
Yeah.
I thought it was so fun and wacky and zany and funny. It was just like the stuff with the end. I wasn't really and I'm not going to spoil it, but like all the emotional aspects of it, I was like, I'm not really jiving with this. Yeah. And like, it gets a little kind of nihilistic with its messaging. I'm like, this is not really speaking to me that much. So, So it's really just the reason why I like it is mostly just based off the filmmaking and how fun it is.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think I probably connected more with Swiss Army Man.
Just love those farting dead people, man.
Yeah. I just love Daniel Radcliffe playing a dead corpse. But so yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, even though our opinions of the film are different.
Yeah.
But we're kind of in the same boat as like not loving it as much as everyone else.
Yeah. I mean, if I still did numerical scores, it would be a lot lower than yours, but that's just for me. Like if I was that's the thing, is like, I don't try to like justify like, because I'm not like a critic for a big audience, so like I don't really have to give it like an official critical lens. All my views are just personal, I'm just like, what did I like about it? What did I take away from it? It's like, okay, not much, unfortunately. Does not get the heart on Letterboxd, unfortunately.
Oh well.
I was hoping it would be like in the top half of your top 10, so we wouldn't both be just making everyone.
We're just talking about it for a long time now.
Yeah, it reached like a big general audience too. Got a re-release, so this is like one of those movies like a lot of people have seen too. Yeah. So,
and I've actually only seen it once. I haven't seen it twice. Yeah. So. But yeah, sorry, I touched your shoe there.
How dare you?